News at 10 on KMIZ starts now.
Columbia residents gave their thoughts tonight on one of the city's biggest police policies. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lucas Geisler.
And I'm Megan Drakis. Tonight, the Citizens Police Review Board discussed the Columbia Police Department's use of force policy. The work session comes after some high-profile and sometimes deadly incidents where police have used force in arrests and confrontations.
ABC 17's Mitchell Kaminsky was at the meeting and joins us live from City Hall. Mitchell, some citizens have issues with the language used in the policy.
Megan, Lucas, the goal of tonight's meeting was to start a conversation about the current use of force policy and find out what changes need to be made. Now, one of the common themes, especially early on in the meeting, is that some citizens feel that there's too much gray area in the way the current policy is written.
But there are a lot of issues,
Tonight started a dialogue between citizens and the Columbia Police about the current use of force policy, which is designed to lay out guidelines for the use of less lethal force or deadly force. The policy was approved by former Chief Jeff Jones and was last revised in January of 2021. However, some believe it is time for a change.
I do think there's opportunity for us to expand and improve upon the language that's currently existing.
One such example of the language the review board wants to clarify is in section 300.2 of the use of force policy that reads, "The decision to use force requires careful attention to facts and circumstances of each particular case, including the severity of the crime at issue." There is no language about the proportion of force.
It doesn't go far enough. It's based on minimums and when it's appropriate to use force, and it doesn't stress enough that they should be using the minimum appropriate amount of force or that they should be de-escalating as a first tactic.
City Diversity Officer DeAndre Thompson says there will be no sweeping changes until a new police chief is hired.
There isn't much that they're trying to adjust or change probably presently because of the fact that there's going to be a new person, a new individual coming in that may have a different type of agenda.
Local activist Anthony Wilroth says tonight's meeting was a step in the right direction.
I did like the mood of the room. I appreciated some things like the police officers there being in plain clothes, sitting on the same level as us. That all really helps to make it feel like a productive meeting.
Wilroth added that he wants to see Columbia do even better than the current Supreme Court precedent for use of force. Reporting live in Columbia, Mitchell Kaminsky, ABC 17 News.
Mitchell, thank you for that report tonight. Tonight's Citizens Review Board meeting is not the first time the use of force policy has been a focal point of discussion. The Columbia Police Officers Association held a presentation about the use of force back in May.